behalf of the embassies from Latin America and the Caribbean, welcomes and thanks you for joining us at the opening ceremony of the exhibition on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the Unesco Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, as well as the 51st anniversary of the UNESCO World Heritage Convention. First, we would like to invite Ambassador Ayla Inju, Director General for Overseas Promotion and Cultural Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to give some words.
Excellency Ambassador Cesar de las Casas, esteemed ambassadors, dear guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to be here with you today in the inauguration of the collective photo exhibition, Latin America UNESCO World Heritage, hosted by the Embassy of the Republic of Peru, and to witness the invaluable natural and cultural treasures of Latin American countries through this exhibition. I am pleased to emphasize that although our countries are located geographically in distinct regions, our rich cultural, natural, and intangible heritage and the endeavors to preserve it brings us closer to each other. It is also from this perspective that witnessing the rich heritage of Latin America through this exhibition is extremely gratifying, as it expresses similarity with Turkey, as luckily we are all living on treasures. And as Turkey, like the Latin American countries, we undoubtedly feel the responsibility of preserving this heritage on our lands. Within this context, Turkey ambitiously contributes to the international efforts for the protection of heritage sites as a state party to the World Heritage Convention. We proudly host 21 World Heritage Sites inscribed to the World Heritage List and possess 25 intangible heritage values in the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. To take our contributions to the protection of cultural and natural heritage one step further, as you are well aware, Turkey announced its candidacy to the World Heritage Committee membership for the term 2023-2027. We are confident that Turkey will reinforce the role of the committee for the preservation of our common heritage and its transmission to future generations. I firmly believe that one of the common aspects to which we owe our deep-rooted and friendly relations with our Latin American friends is this meticulous sensitivity to the promotion and protection of natural, cultural, and intangible heritage. Dear guests, as I conclude my remarks, I would like to thank His Excellency Ambassador Cesar de las Casas once again, for organizing this purposeful event, and all Latin American ambassadors for their valuable contributions to this exhibition. Thank you very much.
Ayla Inju, Director General for Overseas Promotion and Cultural Affairs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Turkey. Mrs. Selam Hossein Edison, Deputy Director General of the Americas of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Turkey. Authorities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, ambassadors accredited to the Republic of Turkey, my dear friends, ambassadors of Latin American and Caribbean countries, thank you very much for the trust for this coordination for the success of this event. Representatives of the international organization, friends, all, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. Thanks to the Turkish National Commission for UNESCO for the flowers. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, says heritage is our legacy from the past, what we live with today and we pass on to future generations. Our cultural and natural heritage are both irreplaceable sources of life and inspiration. In preserving humanity's heritage, in November 1972, the General Conference of UNESCO adopted a convention concerning the protection of the world cultural and natural heritage in order to designate and protect cultural and natural sites of outstanding universal value that are deemed important for all of humanity. 31 years later, the General Conference of UNESCO decided to extend protection to another part of humanity's cultural heritage and adopted the text of the Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage to safeguard and to ensure respect for the intangible cultural heritage of the communities, groups, and individuals concerned. Today, we are all gathered to celebrate that 50 years after the adoption of the World Heritage Convention and 20 years later after the adoption of the Intangible Heritage Convention of Unesco, Latin America has been able to inscribe 149 sites on the World Heritage List and 90 on the representative list of intangible heritage. Precisely, I would like to congratulate the Republic of Guatemala, which at the meeting of the World Heritage Committee, which has been held in Riyadh, has described the National Archaeological Park Takalik Abaj that with its 1,700-year history spans a period that saw the transition from the Olmec civilization to the emergence of early Mayan culture. Argentina has described ESMA, Museum and Site of Memory, former clandestine center of detention, torture, and termination, that represents a testimony and a symbol of state terrorism based upon the enforced disappearance of persons, and a testimony and a symbol of the value of persuasiveness and social consensus as a means of achieving justice. Our congratulations are extended to Turkey for the inscription of the site of Gordion and the 5 wooden hypostyle mosques of medieval Anatolia in the list. Over the past 50 years, Latin American and Caribbean countries have contributed to UNESCO's objectives through the conservation, restoration, and renovation of monuments, historical centers, and archaeological tombs, particularly in historic cities, but also through the protection and enhancement of the biocultural diversity of different ecosystems. In these 50 years, in cooperation with UNESCO, the countries of Latin America and Caribbean have created as well a capacity building oriented on restoration, renovation, and conservation of cultural properties throughout the region, giving as a result a network of cultural heritage experts and professionals. In the case of intangible heritage, our region, through the Regional Center for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Latin America, known as CRESPIAL, a Category 2 center under the auspices of UNESCO, based in Cusco, we foster international cooperation among 16 Latin American and Caribbean countries through programs to contribute to the promotion of cultural diversity, sustainable development, and cultural governance. This is the response of our region to protect its cultural heritage, to preserve its collective memory, to develop a sense of belonging, and to reinforce its cultural identity. This is a recognition by all our countries of the need to protect our history, our cultural identity, a living heritage that fosters dialogue between peoples, cultural diversity, and human creativity. With this exhibition, we want to share with the Turkish public a small part of our culture, which is the celebration of all of us, Latin Americans and Caribbeans, of our rich history and identity, which we are all very proud. Thank you very much.
Antigua Guatemala is the place. It's in the other. Antigua Guatemala is a cultural heritage. It's part of our tradition.